Well, we have someone who's rather stupidly decided to come on the field and confront Mark Noble. Well, David Sullivan watching on. Him and David Gold have been the subjects of much of the fans' frustrations. There are an increasing number of West Ham United supporters massing in front of the director's box. I'm not sure I've ever seen anything quite like this.
And you're back with us, the Sons of Pitcher. That was an audio clip of West Ham fans trying to take over the pitch.
You've destroyed our fucking club. You've destroyed our fucking club. You've destroyed. I've actually got a very big scoop about that actually.
As you can hear, you can actually hear the absence of one person from our podcast this week. CK unfortunately won't be able to join.
He ran away from the Liverpool talk set. For once we put a fucking Liverpool talk set in there, he's not here.
He can't make it due to personal reasons. Now, games have been relatively quiet this week. Not a lot going on across England's borders.
God, they just run around the pitch a lot. Just invade the pitch. That's what's going on.
I mean, I agree with that. In general, games have been...
were quite boring, so let's not talk about that. We will, however, be paying attention to the Bundesliga and the Serie A. Then we'll move on to the Premier League, the Champions League, where something tragic happened for me, and domestic competition. So let's not waste any more time. Serie A, Napoli versus Inter Milan. A golden draw at home for Napoli.
I'm so pissed with the Italian style of play because every time they shoot, they aim for the fucking stands instead of the fucking goal. I swear to God, right? This season, Serie A is just like shit with finishing.
A bit of context here. Napoli had the chance to actually extend their lead on top of the table, but now Juventus won 2-0 against Udinese. So they're back on top of the league. They just blew it, man. They really
but look at the bright side. The whole Serie A right now is actually a little bit more entertaining.
No, it's not.
A fight for it.
It is. Its entertainment value, I would say, is grossing more than Bundesliga this season.
Yeah.
That's because Bundesliga has too much competition already that it's not even entertaining to watch anymore. It's just painful.
You just say there's too much competition, therefore it's not entertaining anymore.
I mean,
you can tell that Napoli really wanted to win this.
Oh, yeah.
They put up their strongest lineup possible. Inter Milan sat back, absorbed pressure. There was a missing Borja Valero who was resting on the bench. I think he had a bit of an injury. He came on in the last 10 minutes but didn't make any impact. But the front three, in my opinion, they still have it for me in terms of Napoli playing.
Oh yeah.
The way they played, Callejon's link-up play with Hamsik and Insigne, they still have it.
The amount of shots on target that Insigne put in for Napoli in this game was actually quite impressive. Like, I don't know, he's the only person who I felt
I'm
like
not sure if it was on
goal.
target or off target. Insigne had a lot of shots from outside the box, but you gotta give Inter Milan credit for sitting back deep and absorbing the pressure. I mean, I really didn't expect this game to turn out this way because these are two very attacking sides. This season, especially at the very least.
Okay.
You would expect some goals, but I didn't expect it to be like a goalless draw.
Inter was more like inviting Napoli to come and shoot more before they went to do the counter-attacking as usual lah. You know, per Inter Milan style of play. It's like, come, attack. We're going to do a counter-attack on you right now.
I think
and then they won't finish.
No, I think the case right now is that Inter kind of knew that had they gone in with their whole all-out attack strategy that we've been seeing over the past few months, they wouldn't be able to cope with Napoli's counters and how Napoli plays.
But that's the thing. Has it gone to a point where, you know, a traditionally strong team like Inter Milan, like even Napoli has surpassed their squad capabilities and caliber?
Well, I would say so, yeah, but you can't really write off Inter Milan yet because at the very least Inter is doing so much better than AC right now.
Okay, at least they're doing well for their own. They're going to Champions League, that season.
We can akin it to how Liverpool...
Fifth place though. Inter Milan is in fifth place.
Yeah, no, I was about to say, we can akin it to how Liverpool was back in 2011, 2012. Remember how far down Liverpool went?
8 or 10 place, I think.
Yeah, so it's literally how Inter Milan right now, they're just looking for something.
But then there's the argument of you having home advantage and not going up to attack. You're just sitting back and absorbing. Like that would be akin to what Manchester United did this week in the Champions League.
Wait, you're gonna get roasted about that later.
No, I don't need to. I'll roast myself first before you can roast me. You can't
Don't take the fun out of it.
You can't roast me if I'm already roasted.
It's called reheating.
Ayam bakar.
Let's look at the match statistics here. 9 goals off target, 2 were on target, 66% possession, and 872 passes.
872.
No goals.
You know, I can tell you, right, that in that stadium,
These numbers are
everyone
staggering.
left so damn frustrated. Like legit, it feels like when a girl teases you with something and then she doesn't give it to you. That's how the people must be feeling right now.
It's basically getting cut.
That's a great way to transition into the next
nice.
set. The Bundesliga, where Borussia Dortmund took on Eintracht Frankfurt, edged them 3-2.
The fuck was this game,
fucking
man?
amazing game. Superb game.
Another thing that's more amazing is that I found out Kevin Prince Boateng plays for fucking Frankfurt.
You didn't
First, he stunned us by going to Las Palmas. Frankfurt.
I'm like, what's going on with this guy, man?
I feel gutted for Frankfurt. I really think they deserve the draw. Not a win, a draw because of the defensive errors that Dortmund displayed towards the end of the game.
Agreed.
But that Batshuayi goal, that had to be a mix of 70% luck and 30% skill.
But it's more of the Frankfurt defense switching off for a moment.
Not switching for a very brief moment.
Yeah.
Because you rarely see 4 minutes injury time, 2 goals in injury time.
Oh yeah, one in the last damn kick.
Rarely.
Yeah.
You rarely see that. Now, the first half was basically Dortmund pounding on Frankfurt. They were basically bullying them. You could see this Dortmund side is a reminiscence of what Klopp shaped Dortmund to be back then when he...
The proper gegenpressing
Yes,
side.
the gegenpressing side.
Okay, you want to refer to that?
High pressure.
It was high pressure. It was attacks from all over the place. Every single flank, every single position, wherever they found space.
Basically,
they shot. They create chances.
Your first 6 players are so fast that your defenders cannot even.
They can't even catch a breath.
Yeah.
Pulisic, Royas, Schürrle. Schürrle was god in this game. Dahoud as well. Dahoud's speed. Oh my god, these 4 players.
Okay, I'll give you that.
You know, I'm so like, if Royce wasn't here, right, this would not have happened. I don't know. I feel like these few games, Royce has been contributing a lot more to Dortmund.
In terms of crosses, yes.
And also goals.
It's good that you brought up that point because when he crossed the lot, Stoja realized that they were missing something in the first half. A target man. Someone
Which
who
was
could finish
supposed
the
to be
goals, which was
Aubameyang,
Batshuayi, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I think Dortmund without Aubameyang, they're doing fine right now with Batshuayi, but that's literally Batshuayi's role. With everyone being able to cross like that now, Batshuayi really does need to step up as the target man, and he's been doing that.
But he's sitting back a lot.
Say
outside the box.
Aubameyang still is with Dortmund. Do you think this would have been a 3-2 scoreline? I don't
No,
think so.
I don't think so.
this
I
would be
don't
the
think
same
so.
Frankfurt would have won the game actually.
Yeah.
I would
If
believe that
Frankfurt
Frankfurt
were
won the
playing
game.
the way they were playing in this game, then yes, they would have won. Because when Aubameyang was there back in Dortmund, they had a little bit more of a, I don't know how to call this, a more United style of play back then.
What?
No, think about how, okay,
A United style of play.
remember Man U back in 2005, 2006, how United play is that.
There was a time that I wish I could go back to.
Oh, you salty little fucker. But no, think about that. They focus on one target person, and the target person will be the one producing goals after goals.
But this is not exactly.
No, Aubameyang-
this is
no.
not exactly one target person trying to score goals from inside the box. This is
A collective
3-4 people pushing you to your limits. In the final
No.
third of
I
the
know.
pitch.
But I'm talking about when before Aubameyang left. Like not when Klopp was still there, but that timing between Tuchel and Stoger. That timing between that during when first Stoger picked up Dortmund. They had a very old United play style, and that was why another reason why it didn't work, because that's not a play style that is viable nowadays.
Second half, they were less intimidating. I think because they had to catch their own breath as well. It's very tiring to play gegenpressing. But then they started to show problems at the back.
They always have been showing problems at the back, which is why they cannot win games.
Can they attract better defenders to go and play for them, Dortmund?
I think they're capable of doing it, but they need a better manager than Sugar. Sugar was never there to be the manager in the
I kind
first
of want
place.
to know though, who do you think they can attract? Because in terms of the market of defenders right now, there really aren't that many that you can see who are viable.
Or honestly speaking,
want to leave their team.
They can take Lovren.
Man, don't man. Like,
Don't from the wood.
what I was about to say was that Dortmund generally has a homegrown defense, if you think about it. Lucas Piszczek last time,
Schmelzer.
Marcel Schmelzer, who is still playing for them.
Hummels.
Mats Hummels. Hummels was okay. Granted, he was a Bayern player, but he grew in
The
Dortmund.
Bender brothers.
Yes, the Bender brothers. Yeah, Sven. So if you say like them buying in an experienced defender to come and play for them, that rarely happens. And look at what happened when Tuchel brought in Toprak, or even not to say Tuchel brought in Toprak, but the board brought in Toprak.
fair enough.
You know how shit he is right now. Like,
Yeah, he toppled the team.
There's
Two parts to that pun. Well, I think we will have to see as time goes by. Let's move on to the Premier League, where I can be temporarily happy about this
talk
game.
about
Okay.
Manchester United versus Liverpool, a 2-1 win, early Saturday kickoff.
I believe that Liverpool were outclassed tactically because Mourinho came in with a game plan. Klopp didn't. Klopp said, Salah, Firmino, Mane, go attack, go have fun.
Klopp went into this game
Yeah.
thinking it was just another Premier League fixture.
Oh yeah, but he was hyping it up on the press conference, though, saying like, oh, this is going to be a big match and blah blah blah.
I think it's because he was expecting United to cushion.
Yes,
Sit back and absorb.
well, basically that's what they did. What in a sense?
No.
But hear me out.
really.
Hear me out. The only thing different in this parking bus system is that this time the target man was Lukaku, but he was not supposed to score. He was supposed to spill the ball so that another person will run up and score, and that person was Marcus Rashford.
There was no target man.
Yeah, there was long ball. The tactic from Mourinho was basically bring a long ball to
Lukaku. Have Lukaku
pass it on to somebody, because confirm Lukaku cannot play in this game because Lovren will have him in his pocket. Like really have him in the pocket.
Well, he wasn't. He was problematic for Lovren and Van Dijk. Lovren couldn't handle him alone. Van Dijk had to
Yeah, exactly.
Van Dijk had to help two people at the same time, Lovren and TAA.
Yeah, Van Dijk was stressed out.
For me, Van Dijk.
I don't blame Van Dijk for not being able to perform because his defensive partner was terrible in that game also.
So why a Lovren? Why not Matip?
Matip has been on a very bad run of form as well.
Just as I would ask, why TAA not Joe Gomez?
You really want to take Joe Gomez? Joe Gomez watches the ball. I don't want. I cannot take Joe
I
Gomez.
think that's fair because
No, I won't take Joe
playing
Gomez.
against United, you should never watch the ball
Because
you
Gomez
should
will
react
do that.
towards the ball rather.
Gomez will let the cross come in and Lukaku will fucking score. So I'd rather not have Joe Gomez.
Okay, I mean the tactics was pretty much clear lah. Have every single person. It's kind of like when we drew Tottenham 0-0.
When was this?
Have her like before the half mark of the season.
Oh yes. Okay.
Yeah,
okay, I remember now, I
have a
remember now.
player get marked onto every single person.
Yeah.
Salah was knocked down by Young.
Salah was knocked down by two fucking players, not just Young.
Why are you salty about that, Henry?
because that just shows us how much Salah is a threat to the team.
And isn't that a tactical masterclass?
It's a good tactic. So
Firmino was lost in the final third. Mane was like
Mane was trying his best on the left.
Mane was trying his best, but yeah. Then at the same time you had Scott McTominay.
Wow,
what a player.
impressive. I have
What
to
a
say.
player.
I really have to say.
Yeah.
I will give a lot of credit to Mourinho for being able to judge or to tweak his parking the bus system to at least win the game.
I still don't think he parked the bus. I still think that because this was Old Trafford, he had the luxury of asking the players to go up and
I
attack.
think he was forced to park the bus at the second half because Liverpool was
He
attacking so
didn't
much.
park the bus. It just appeared as if he parked the
Yeah,
bus because
actually, I think-
Liverpool regained control.
Yeah,
Second
the
half.
tactic was
fair.
for
The
United
tactics were the same. It's just that they were already they brought over the frustration from the first half into the second half, and so they couldn't score.
Yeah, and because of the frustration, despite all
So on any other
numerous attacks,
So basically on any given day Liverpool would have won this lah.
No, if this was at Anfield, you guys would have won, or at least walk away with a draw.
not at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
But I have to agree with you, Han. It's the frustration of the first half. Despite whatever control they got in the second half, Liverpool could have performed as well as they should have.
But I think this loss, it's good for us because we still have a lot of games to focus for.
Yeah, honestly speaking, this win is not important.
Yeah.
This win really isn't important.
United is not
the
the main
focus should
focus.
be on the Champions League right now,
Yeah.
which we failed to
I
pay
mean,
attention to.
that's the thing though. I mean, for United right now, since you guys are second, is there really no chance of catching up with City at all?
Not at all, dude. There's 8 games left.
We'll talk about that in the Champions League talk set later.
There's 8 games left.
Yeah, but final question before we move on to the next talk set. Isn't this one of those games that makes you hope that Coutinho was still with the team? Had he played,
Actually, I have to agree with
replace
you.
him with Chamberlain.
I have to agree
It's
with
true.
you, Han.
Chamberlain had a very bad game. He had a horrible game. He
was
subbed off.
missing.
Yeah, I think I have to agree with you on that as well.
Yes,
I think
Arsenal.
To be fair, Chimley has never played well against United.
But if you think about it, if Mourinho were to employ the same tactics as he did in the first game when Coutinho was still there, Matic would have gone on him the whole game. So it would have made no difference.
Yeah, but the thing is, if Coutinho was still there and you guys have Salah, They had to focus on either Coutinho or Salah.
But we
Guys
had
still
Salah.
needed that extra flair of creativity.
No,
Okay,
you have to
fine,
understand there's a
fine.
difference between playing a very good front three that plays very good link-up play compared to
Having a
playing
player.
a very good three-man link-up play plus a number 10 behind. That's what makes the difference.
Hopefully Naby Keita will be able to supply that lah when he comes in next season.
Okay, moving on to our next talk set. West Ham United versus Burnley.
Now-
a 3-0 defeat at home for West Ham.
Now this one is more of, I want it to be less of the football perspective but more of the fan perspective for this part of the talk set, because in this game, despite Burnley winning 3-0, fans invaded the pitch for every single goal that West Ham conceded, and it was fucked up, guys. It was really fucked up.
I mean,
And like, it was depressing to watch, but it's also even more depressing to read that the owners are doing jack shit about this situation.
Okay.
Yeah. So the articles that I've read up from Independent stated that this is basically something that boiled over. Okay. My theory is that the fans are not happy with the stadium
Okay.
and having to move out from the grounds.
Okay.
Right? And here's the problem. There are two factions of fans in West Ham. There is the Intercity affiliated fan club, which is the real West Ham fans group, and also this is a mouthful, West Ham United Independent Supporters Association.
Okay.
So these two guys are frustrated with the fact that they are not getting a say in this whole situation. Right?
Look, the thing is, a lot of people will be arguing about whether the actions of those fans were right or wrong.
It was wrong. Okay? It was definitely wrong because it was over the top.
Okay,
Also,
it's
it
definitely
disrupted
wrong.
the game.
Then,
Yes.
that which allows us to go on to the next part of the discussion. Why aren't the fans getting behind the team? Look, West Ham are in 16th place right now in the
Yes,
table.
yes.
30 points. They're just 3 points off the relegation zone. Like there's how many games left to the Premier League? 8 games. Eight games. If you continue this losing run,
They will get relegated.
you will risk relegation.
They will get
You know,
relegated.
every single game that West Ham conceded was contributed by that toxic atmosphere that was happening in the Olympic Stadium.
Yes, and this is where
Mark Noble went and punched
he shoved the fan off
the
the
fan
ground,
away,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
There was
He shoved
physical
the-
confrontation between a player and fan. That situation is dire.
Yeah, it's quite bad. And it's because of the fact that this is not just the players. The players are unfortunately the victims of this situation because the directors are not doing anything. The fans are extremely pissed off, and there's nothing much that the players can do except watch this happen.
I'm just throwing this out there. I think the fans are frustrated because I think it was 2 seasons ago where we saw West Ham's performing really well.
Yeah, they almost got into the Europa League
They
spots.
almost got into the Europa League spot, and within 2 seasons, they've turned into this flaming pile of shit.
Oh yeah.
And because of that, you can see that the fans are clearly frustrated. They don't want to go down the route that Aston Villa is going.
Yes.
Not going. Aston Villa has
Has gone, yeah.
Yeah, and the fans literally are being entitled pricks, and being entitled pricks in that sense is hurting the team even more because nothing they're doing right now is contributing to the team's morale, nor is it contributing to the team's performance.
Now again, there's two sides of the coin.
I just don't
It is.
understand. Between relegation and moving out of the stadium, what will you choose as a fan?
Okay. This is a good time. This is a good time to bring in a part of talk set. I have friends from West Ham, and he gave me a personal encounter of it. Of course, yes, he disagrees with the fans
Okay.
revolting.
Okay.
But he also understands that David Solomon and David Gold had made a mistake by moving into the Olympic Stadium because one, West Ham fans have the West Ham way, which is like they treat themselves as underdogs.
Okay.
Okay, moving into a big stadium like this with no footballing facilities whatsoever has caused this atmosphere to be very different. Okay,
Okay.
Makes you more of an underdog, if you ask me.
which is even worse because like there's only so much underdog that the fans can take, and this is too much. This is too much because now they cannot even climb back out of the fucking hole that they dug. Right?
Oh, you want the underdog sentiment? You have it. You're in 16th place. Prove to us you're an underdog by surviving this relegation.
Yeah, and unfortunately, my friend Jack has also told me that there will be more protests after this. So he has no surprise as well that they might get relegated this season because of this if the situation goes on.
So you're telling me the fans are willing to get relegated just to
Looks very
just to
like-
fuck with the honor.
Looks very likely. Looks very likely because they're again two sides of the coins. The board of directors are being extremely indecisive with their decisions. They don't know what to do. They're like, okay, we'll let you listen. We'll listen to your plea. But when the time comes, they say, actually, I don't want to listen to you. So,
But
it's very perplexing.
I kind of understand from the board's perspective. This is a very different situation compared to Arsenal, first of all.
Yes.
It's a running club. There are people who are being employed at the club.
Don't even.
They have mouths to feed.
It's way worse.
They have mouths to feed.
Yeah.
Like, if say for example, I don't know, I'm just assuming this, moving to a bigger stadium meant that every single employee at the club would have gotten a pay raise or something I don't know
Yes.
okay?
I would agree.
So moving back to an old stadium would mean that they can't generate enough income
To even pay
to feed the mouths. You get what I mean?
And what makes it worse is that the bowling ground is
So
small.
I think the problem here is within that West Ham community, no one is reaching the middle.
Not at all. This is a clusterfuck, to be honest
it's a
with you.
clusterfuck.
It's a huge clusterfuck, and I don't want to delve into it a lot more. I just wanted to make this point out because a lot of people are saying, a lot of people are not seeing what the board of directors are not doing right. Like they're not seeing it. But they're also only seeing that one side. So I just wanted to put this out here saying that, hey, there is two sides of the coin.
And then also in Lille, something
two sides of the
happened,
coin.
right, in France.
Yeah, so like-
the owner actually took a gun out and
Oh, that's not Lille. That is fucking Greece, dude.
Greece.
Greece. Ivan Savidis, I remember his name.
It's a derby game.
It was a derby game against Fuck. It was a derby game against PAOK and AEK Athens. Now, if AEK Athens won that game, I think AEK was top. And PAOK, if they won the game, they would have been 3 points closer to AEK, which means they would have been closer to their very first title.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And basically, the referee denied them the winning goal.
I think I've seen AEK Athens play in the Champions League playoffs before.
Playoffs, yeah.
Yeah, one of the teams that played in
They were
playoffs.
one of the teams that asked that.
Okay, let's hope things get better for West Ham fans.
That's it.
Moving on to our next talk set. UEFA Champions League.
Hey,
Manchester United versus Sevilla.
nice, very nice game, very good game. 1-2. 1-2. Do you want to play?
Oh man, I'm just putting it out there for those United fans who kept quiet right now. Where's your voice now, huh? You shat. Wait, let me finish. You shat on Liverpool fans, made fun of us Liverpool fans.
I don't
even fucking care.
don't
You
think
guys deserve to win
you have the right to
Liverpool
make
game.
fun of them. You lost to
Fuck
the
that
team that
shit,
lost to
man.
Sevilla, and you lost to Sevilla too. So
I know. I'm like, okay, I just wanted to say.
The only positive from this match is that I didn't wake up at 3:45 a.m. to watch the game. It was the right decision to not watch the game.
I watched the highlights and I have to say, these few days I've been listening to BBC 5 Radio. They have some snippets on Facebook as well, and fans were so livid with the players. And I think Johan would agree with me on the
to
fact
be
that
fair, wouldn't be livid as Sanchez for losing the ball 42 times.
not Arsenal fans lah.
Oh no, we're happy, but
Couple of issues here. First of all, the players themselves. This is one of those games that make you question
Why the fuck are they
is it
playing
the
that?
manager's fault or the player's fault?
Yeah.
And I would give you the answer 50-50. Because as bad, even if you were to sit back and park the bus, right, you wouldn't play this badly at a Champions League stage.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Right?
that's true.
This was a 6th place La Liga team that has been losing over and over and over and over again in domestic competition.
Hey, they won 3 Europa Cups, okay, in a row.
I remember.
In a row,
I remember 2 weeks ago. Didn't one of us?
Yeah,
say
they won
something?
a cup that Liverpool failed to win as well.
Hey, shut up, lah. We won it
At least United won it last
Hey,
season.
didn't we say something 2 weeks ago about how Sevilla was actually going to come back against United?
We did actually. We fucking did, yeah.
I think I called it. I remember calling this.
But yeah, there was a severe, no pun intended, there was a severe lack of urgency, passion, determination to really go out there and play football.
Yeah, it's basically, I don't know
The
why.
only person who tried on United's end, and
Lukaku.
you can shit on Lukaku all you want, Henry, this season, but Lukaku has been our best.
I was about to fucking praise him, man. What's this shit?
No, there's only one explanation to United's game. Okay, mental koya, mental koya.
Legit. I saw Pogba play a pass to no one way.
Mental go, yeah.
What the fuck is going on with the team?
I think Pogba has been benched for quite a few games, so
Don't give him that
he
excuse.
needs to get his attitude right. That's
Okay.
all. The problem with this squad is attitude.
The problem with the whole team right now.
Speaking of attitude, they say that the team's attitude is reflected from the manager's.
No, the fact that he shat on his own players after during the press conference.
He didn't shit on the players.
Also, the team.
He condescendingly talked about the club.
Yeah.
Like, this is a PR problem.
Yeah,
he just earned himself the reputation of Donald Trump, the Donald Trump of football.
Did he though? Yeah, he did.
He
He
did.
did.
Fuck. How could you say that? Now,
I came to Old Trafford twice and I won twice.
Pretty sure you've already seen the news. He said that I knocked out Man United twice in the Champions League.
We're first with Porto and second with Inter. Sorry, with Real.
What? How? What made you say that at that exact moment?
I would believe that he's trying to make his point across to the players, saying that you guys should fucking do better than this shithole,
And I would
shit of a
believe
performance.
is the fact that was him just taking out his frustrations, just talking about it and being frustrated and everything. But Mourinho, he'll never think about the press.
No filter.
Yeah, so it's a PR problem, all right? Now, that is the
He's
extent
always
of the
had a
issue.
PR problem.
It's just a PR problem.
So are we gonna see Jose out, Mourinho out like next season?
No, but this is the kind of thing that makes me want to shout Mourinho out.
I'm
And you're
waiting
gonna
for the
forgive me
banners.
if I do so.
I'm waiting for the banners. Hashtag Mourinho up.
But okay, then it comes to the question again: was your focus Champions League or the league?
Personally, my focus was Champions League.
Okay, lah.
No,
fair,
I think they have.
Because there's nothing to fight for already in the domestic league.
fair.
Plus,
But we only had the FA Cup to win, this season.
You guys won the FA Cup, right?
Yeah, with Van Gaal in his final season.
I mean, like, do you want it? Like, you can have it.
Right now, I don't care. I'll take anything, man. At this point of the
the FA
time.
Cup is still.
See how much he sounds like a former Liverpool fan.
Okay, he's never shat on the FA Cup that you guys have. Okay.
Yeah, I appreciate every single silver.
I think we appreciated the FA Cup.
No,
we don't appreciate the World Cup.
No, you fucks don't appreciate the FA Cup.
Have you ever seen me blurt out Mickey Mouse Cup before? I always congratulate teams when they win something. You are the ones.
I have to back
you
him
are the
up on
ones
this.
who go.
You and
this is
CK.
the Cup. Congratulations on winning the Mickey Mouse Cup.
That's because the shit you United fans gave all of us before this.
You
Okay?
and CK have never given Arsenal any form of praise whenever they win the FA Cup.
That's because you guys win it just like. Never mind, like, you know what? Fuck it, lah. I'm fighting a losing battle here. So
Tahu pun.
Bye.
Sanchez, is he the next Di Maria?
Oh my god!
The situation is really dire.
It's the curse of the number 7.
The statistics. Here are the statistics. Sanchez lost the ball 42 times in this game. He completed nearly 16 passes out of a possible 26 and had 0 goal shots. There was that one moment, right, where he was outside the box. There were 3 players in the box. All he did was, okay lah, pull.
The only good thing that I've seen out of the whole thing for Alexis Sanchez this week was that meme of the only performance that he can play is in the piano. The only performance he can put up is with the piano, and I'm like, wow, that's beautiful. But back to your question on whether he's going to be the next Di Maria. I'm very 50-50 on it because I think one of the pundits actually said that Alexis
He
Sanchez
doesn't fit into this team.
not only that, it's that he came in at a very wrong time.
Yeah, I would say so too because they don't really have much time to mold him into the team itself properly.
Yeah.
Just like how we've always been talking that the winter transfer window is not the best transfer window.
You know what would be
Except
funny?
your Luis
You know what
Suarez.
would be funny if we sell him back to Arsenal this coming summer?
Like Arsenal fans want him.
I don't know.
No.
I think all the Arsenal fans will start crowdfunding and say
You have to understand.
crowdfunding. You have to bring Sanchez back to United.
You have to understand, Arsenal, when it comes to Arsenal, the fans don't matter, the board matters.
Yeah, and the board doesn't want him either. I don't think anyone wants him back. The players don't want him there.
They've given him so much problems for the past 2 years, because of the contract.
Well, then he can go to Liverpool. Closing
We
this
don't want him anymore. We don't want him anymore.
Closing this talk set, Mourinho's tactics, it worked against Chelsea, it worked against Liverpool. Do you think he set out to park the bus in this game?
I feel like he underestimated
Sevilla.
Sevilla.
I have to agree with
Was
that.
it him or the players underestimated?
Both have to take blame.
Okay.
Both have to take blame.
Take blame. Alright.
Because just before we end it, because of the fact that you see how Sevilla attack and United just invites them to just stay in the box.
I think I heard Rio Ferdinand say this. Steven Nzonzi, who used to play with Blackburn
And Stoke.
never had the chance to play at Old Trafford and do this much damage onto the team.
Yes.
But with Sevilla, he was given the luxury to go up, down, everywhere to do whatever the fuck he wants.
Wissam Ben
That
Yedder.
is an embarrassment for United.
Yeah, it is. It is. Wissam Ben Yedder, who has been relatively quiet for the past season.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow. Like, scores 2 amazing goals. Why? Because the defenders let him go.
It's just United not, they don't have that fire in them.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Setan tapi tak ada api dalam.
Yeah, sometimes I wonder why I'm a United fan.
Huh?
Sometimes I wonder why I'm a United
I
fan.
thought you were an older United fan.
No,
Older
you
Athletic
you
fan.
love being a United fan. You love the pain and suffering that they give you.
Yeah, same like you lah, Arsenal.
Messages.
Same like you.
I'm sitting back on
Yeah,
this
you,
one.
you can smile all you want because we don't talk about Arsenal this week.
And the fucking day he's not there, right?
Yeah, we talk about Arsenal.
talk about Arsenal.
Fucker.
Keep up.
Moving on to the next talk set, Barcelona versus Chelsea. A 3-0 aggregate score, 4-1.
Were you really surprised with the scoreline?
Nope.
Are you really surprised with the scoreline?
I mean, you gotta talk about it, right?
Yeah, we do. But we all call this when this happened. We knew that Chelsea going to Nou Camp isn't going to be something that's beneficial for
Yeah.
them. Nou Camp was too much for them.
I think if they had started off with Barcelona being at home and they held them to a draw, they would have probably had something different.
My question is, you look at how they play against City. Shit, right?
Oh, terrible.
Should have did the same thing against Barca. They didn't. They went out and attacked.
Yeah, they did. They actually did. I was quite surprised, but their defense was terrible.
It's like I was watching the highlights, right? And in 3 minutes into the game, wait, Chelsea attack, wait. Hey, they attack in this game. Hey, Conte! What happened? He vibrated.
Right now, yeah, I was about to say the same thing. Right now, Chelsea's like the most bipolar team you can see.
Like, I want to win this. Like, but I also don't want to win this.
But nevertheless, you gotta give Chelsea credit for going up to attack. I think the difference in class,
But you cannot give credit to Courtois.
the difference here is defense and goalkeeping.
Courtois let 2 goals in between his legs, and
Those those 3 goals could have been easily saved for a keeper of his stature.
I think it was just a really off day for Courtois.
I think so too.
I think he was nervous as well because you're playing at a new camp.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
another thing. But
Yeah.
I really do feel like this was not Courtois' best performance. It was
Not at all.
horrible to see him play like this. It was very sad.
I think he will be beating himself up also because of this performance. He let 2 goals in through the legs, and that's an insult for a keeper. Way.
you should know, right?
Yeah.
But William, what a great player. His form really has surged since Alvaro Morata and Hazard's form dip.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's only 25, if I'm not mistaken.
He still has a lot of time.
He still has a lot of time, yeah.
And Giroud, I don't even know why.
And I see him going to Barca.
What?
Yeah.
Nah.
Barca have fetish for Brazilian players.
Nah. They have enough quota for the season and next season already. It's enough. He's probably going to
What?
Atletico or like China.
What?
Yeah, I see him.
The Chinese love Brazilians too.
Yeah, they love South Americans. Chelsea were slow, outnumbered. I think whenever they tried to attack, Barca's defense was always one step ahead of them.
Yeah, they will.
So even though there was a shot on target, it was always blocked.
Do you see the amount of times Piqué was ready to make the slide,
make the counter?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm like, shit, like you can give him stick for the amount of like this season he has been
His
quiet, right?
inconsistencies.
But this season, like this game itself just reminds you how much talent that he has as a defender.
Real Madrid and Barcelona have one thing in common. Their defenders can score.
Yeah, but
Sergio Ramos, Piqué, Marcelo.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
They really didn't stand a chance lah. The problem is, my question is this: Barca seem to be still relying on Messi star power to a large extent.
Yes.
Where do you see this Barca team without Messi in the future? Doing just with Coutinho, Dembele, and Suarez.
I mean,
Dembele was brilliant.
Dembele was good this game.
Dembele goal was superb.
We can't say much about Coutinho because this season he is not in a lot of competitions.
yeah, but I really do feel like the fact right now is the fact. The fact right now is that Coutinho will be the one that's replacing Messi.
Agreed.
We've already talked about this before,
Agreed.
and how Coutinho.
They are modeling Coutinho, or basically Coutinho is modeled almost similar
Coutinho's
to
becoming
Messi.
Messi's understudy.
Yeah, basically.
But we will never see another player like Messi again.
Oh, no.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
No other player will replace Messi.
But
or
that
Cristiano Ronaldo.
fact itself is going to put a lot of pressure on Barca because people are going to expect this kind of play
Yo,
from
okay,
Barca.
you know what? Let's put it in another way. We said the same thing about Ronaldinho. We said the same thing about Ronaldo, the Brazilian golden generation. We said the same thing about the German golden generation. I do feel like we're never going to see another Messi or Cristiano, but
We're gonna see
within the
someone
next
else lah.
10 years, there's going to be someone else coming up.
Yeah, someone else is going to set a benchmark for their generation.
Someone else is going to become the
I
goal.
can't wait though, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Moving on to our final talk set. Final competition actually. The Malaysian Super League. KL versus
This is the one match I regret not doing. Johan and I were supposed to go for this match, and I couldn't make it that night.
Sorry, correction. The Unify Malaysian Super League.
Not be so salty about
No, he's
this
not
shit,
salty. He's being politically correct.
I think I would have regret not going for this game as
What
well.
have you already regretted? We all do.
Yeah.
Problems for Kedah.
Problems for both teams because KL is having a decent season so far, okay? But it seems that the mistakes that they've been making since match day one, has not been solved at all. Which is why Kedah had so much opportunities to score.
Yeah, but I do think that right now what KL is focusing on is just attack. What they can't fix in the defense, they fix in the offense. So even if people score against them, all you need to do is just score more.
My question is very simple. You kept a clean sheet against JDT.
Yeah.
Why can't you keep a clean sheet against Kedah?
It's because the tactic they employed against Kedah is different.
I knew you were going to fucking say that. I knew you were going to say that.
No, think about it.
You're right. I knew you were going to say that. But you're right.
Against JDT, how many people actually ran back down just to defend?
There were 10 players in their own half.
Exactly. 10 players in the box at one point. I remember that shit. And only, not 10 players in the box, sorry. 9 players in the box, and then, what's his name? What's the...
Guillermo de Pola.
Yes, De Paula. De Paula was up front just waiting for the ball before he got injured.
And Paulo Jose was just standing there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you watch in this game against Kedah, they didn't do the same thing. Had they done the same thing, they wouldn't be able to score 4 goals. But
True.
it works in their favor right now. They needed to score all 4 goals. But no one expected that last goal. Goal number 4 for KL was a last touch of the game.
Yeah, but you have to. That one I have to be very critical with Kedah's goalkeeper. He spilled it. I mean, and he wasn't fast enough to cover, and he had 2 players on him. I honestly feel like he can do much better than that.
Okay.
That ball was very much within his reach. Really was within his reach, but he let the ball go.
Maybe he's good with stretches because I remember Kedah's keeper, even though it's quite short, and I don't want to use the word fat, but
He's not fat. What the fuck?
Let's call him round.
let's call him Round.
What's he talking about, guys? That.
Oblong.
What the fuck?
Okay, let's just put it another way. The Kedah keeper, he's relatively short, and he looks like he has a really good life.
Okay, not a nice way to put it.
But he's very good with stretches. He's very good with stretches. Maybe he's just not good with tight spaces.
Okay, fair enough.
When it's a tight one-on-one encounter. Yeah, he fumbles in those situations.
Okay, if you want to talk about that, then I don't think many Malaysian keepers themselves can play against a one-on-one encounter.
Can. Khairul Fahmi when he was on
I
form.
said I don't think many Malaysian keepers, not all.
Before he self-leveled himself into a model.
Correct.
Yeah.
Apek was a very good keeper before he decided to take more.
I got lah. Hafizul Hakim is quite good. Perak's keeper.
Yeah.
Who else? The JDT keepers.
Yes.
Izam Tamizi.
Faisal Malias.
I really don't think
these guys are
okay.
okay.
Can handle close quarter combat. Close quarter combat. Wow, I'm talking combat.
Close counter one-on-ones.
Encounter, one-on-ones.
Yeah.
I don't think Izam Tamizi was able to do that. If you look at the past, even when he was playing for Malaysia, he was horrible.
Izam Tamizi?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Anything else to add?
Yes. Credits to Zakwan Adha.
Okay.
Guillermo de Pola.
Credits to Zakwan Ada or Khairul Helmi for losing concentration.
Zakwan Adha. Khairul Helmi was horrible in this game because he and his defender cannot even link up. Because he was the one that contributed the 2 goals that Zakwan Adha was clear.
Isn't he like that rock figure at Kedah?
I know he wasn't that lah. He wasn't that lah. This game was just.
I mean, he was lah, but not during this game.
Yeah, not during this game. This game, oh my god.
Not this season, man. Right.
Yeah, it's.
I think it's that if you're going back to that model that Carl talked about, the whole model of
3 years.
rise,
3 years.
rise,
cycle.
fall, rebuilds.
Probably last season was his peak.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is the fall.
Yeah.
This is the fall.
Okay.
Badro Bhakti and Andik look like
Because Kedah looks
What
very
way?
disappointing. Just very disappointing.
this season. Yes, yeah, it is.
Or is it because they don't have Tan Cheng Ho there anymore? You know, Makote really isn't that.
Actually, you know what? You might be right. You actually might be right. Yeah, you actually might be right.
I like how Izam just kept quiet. Like,
It's true because
silence is like a seconding your what you just said.
Because Tan Cheng Ho, when Tan Cheng Ho was with Kedah, dude, they were on fire. And these are the players that are under fucking Tan Cheng Ho. Lividor was under Tan Cheng Ho. Badro Bhakti was under Tan Cheng Ho. Everyone else was under Tan Cheng Ho except for Andik. Andik was under Mehmet. But you know,
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
they signed a star, so. Alright, Perak versus Selangor. 3-0 win for Perak.
Just look away,
a
man.
tough away game for Selangor.
Fucking look away, man.
Coach Maniam has been rested. I think
I love Malaysian football because they're
part of the world, right? Only we use these terms.
Yeah, I love Malaysian football because of that. Are you sacked? No, I'm rested. Is there a chance when you come back to coach the team? No.
Maybe.
Have
Probably
you been
not.
sacked? No, I've been offered a sabbatical.
I want to Langkawi, guys. Bye.
The team, I watched this game start to finish. Perak were ruthless.
Oh yeah.
Perak looked like Dortmund in the first half.
Damn. You know what? You're right.
Throughout the whole game.
No, you're right. You're right.
The second half, not so much. Because the first they really ran out of stamina in the second half.
So they
But
literally were Dortmund then.
the first half they looked like monsters.
But also-
Tilma in particular, oh my god, that guy was on beast mode.
No, I mean like, and you also have the Selangor centre backs going like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, but
I thought you were supposed to get the
Selangor
ball.
just literally couldn't play. I think they were. I don't know. I don't want to say that they're facing the same thing Kedah is because Kedah literally was playing really well for the past few
I
years.
think Kedah
Selangor
is
has been-
better off. Yeah, Kedah has been better off in the
Yeah, but
past.
Selangor has been consistently
Bad.
Bad, yeah.
for years now.
Yeah.
Why? Because it's marked by politics.
The
but we
crop,
don't
the
talk
crop,
about-
the
talk
crop
about
of
that.
players that they have right now just simply aren't up to par in terms of the Malaysian
I
Super
think the
League.
crop of players are bought over by other people.
Yeah, that's true also.
Any good player that comes out in Selangor will be bought over.
But to be fair, there are a couple of players who I think are great at Selangor.
Evan Dimas?
Ilham came on. I thought he added like 5% of hope for the team.
Only 5%, but the whole
only
game was
5%,
lost
but-
already, basically.
Yeah, it was lost already. But Perak were missing Brendan Gunn in this game. Brendan Gunn was he had a little injury, so he was rested. But
How old is Brendan Gunn now? 30 something, right?
I think it's 29, 30.
29.
Yeah.
But a couple of other local players also shine. Kenny Raj.
Oh, that goal that he scored.
Anything
Woo!
else lah.
His speed though, like wow.
Which is why I said Perak looked like Dortmund in the first half. They wreaked havoc. Their pace was
Did you see
off
the
the
link up?
charts.
Did you see the link up play
Yes.
in that goal or not? It was a flick, you know. I'm like, wow.
But maybe that's one thing that teams can see from Perak now. If they realize that Perak is the kind of team that loves to play super all out in the first half, then what teams
I
might
think
need to do
it's not
is
just the Perak. It's not just the Perak team. I think it's Mehmet's influence and philosophy as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
No,
yes.
I mean,
and also remember, Mehmet did manage Selangor, and
Yeah.
Selangor has not changed in the past few years. So
That's fair, that's
it's
fair.
not. It's open book.
But with Perak if Perak still continues playing like that, and because I've seen that for the past few games, Perak loves to play really well in the first half. They die down in the second half. Perak continues
No,
to
if
play like
they
that.
play a team that has a bit more attacking flair, then they have a problem because they don't exactly have the best defense in the league.
Yeah, that's true.
They tend to concede goals.
Say if you put Perak against KL or Perak against JDT, they're not going to be able to play like this against
Yes,
like how they
yes.
play against us.
KL they probably could win because they're both attacking. They're both very offensive. It could go
Yeah.
either way.
But okay, yeah, that's fair. But JDT though,
Ah, okay lah. That one's different lah.
I think
very true.
Perak will have no problem facing other teams. Teams like for this season at least teams like Negeri and Melaka, PKNP shouldn't be a problem, but they will face problems against sides like PKNS and Terengganu
yeah.
who
Yes.
are on form this
Yes.
season.
Yes.
You know? PKNS especially in particular, like Terengganu as well. Terengganu are a very solid defensive side currently lah.
yeah.
And they have a very good midfielder by striker Lita.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lita is their star player this season definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, that brings us to the end of this week's podcast. Don't forget to tune in next week, same time, same place. Follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yes.
Until next time.
Twitter is bipolar right now. We are all answering you guys.
I don't think it's bipolar. I think we have a multiple personality disorder.
Yeah, I think so too. Everyone can give you the same damn answer, but it could be one of us.
But yeah, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Until next time, this is the lad signing off. Loads of balls.
Lots of balls!